Hey, Corbin here. Just posted the tweet about today's live session. Just so you to know, we are building this web-based game. Today I expect to be here for around a couple of hours, maybe. Just at least 1 hour and a half until 5 or a bit after. Yesterday we left the game with polishing the final screens, and here we have this feature ideas file with the different things that we had in mind to improve. The first one was this one, that it's work on the platforms itself, so I'm gonna be just adding here this the speed. We go with the default, just with the standard. Maybe I'll start with this and then maybe I'll go with the faster one. So while it goes like that, I'll start showing you what we have here. So basically, I don't know why I have a couple of them. Let me close this one. Here I'm gonna be running the game to show what we have now. Basically, we have this project here. This is our game home screen, the menu that we yesterday updated. Here we are floor 404 access pending, a corporate roguelite. It's called Escape the Company. It's my first day. Was a mistake. Make your way through hostile departments, weaponized policy, and one very long notice period. And begin your first day. Clock in. Then you move as a junior analyst who just wants to leave the office where he's at. There are enemies, there are different kind of rooms, and yeah, several things. Here is the thing that we are now fixing. As you can see, there are those platforms that are quite low and then enemies cannot cross. So this is something that I want to improve. And this is what it's currently doing. Whenever you clear a room, you can see here on the top right corner, here are my items. Right now I only have this stapler cannon, and I can choose either to restore the health so that I'm full health, so this does not make sense, or move 25% faster. So now I have this move 25% faster. But now that I see this, I would like to see somehow maybe, and this is only a maybe, I'll put that here in a separate section. See current stats such as speed, extra percentage or extra damage, etc. somewhere in the hood. So well, since I'm on the debug mode, I have this map that I can see the whole rooms. This doesn't make sense for the final game version, since you need to just explore the whole building, and this is kind of cheating. So in this way we would see that human resources in this case it's a dead end, so I would not go there, and I want the user to try to go to the different places, no? So basically I want to die, and here is the final room that we have. So deployment terminated. I spent around 2 minutes. I cleared one room. I filed 3 hostile enemies and I held 1 benefit. So basically here I have the seed of the game, and I can either retry this or start a random run. If I retry this, I can ensure that this is the same one, so I have the same exact structure and I can beat it. So let me again kill them and show that I have again the same choices to do and everything. So the seed is completely everything. Now here what we said is that the lower platforms break the game a bit because enemies cannot walk sometimes because they get stuck into, let me allow similar commands if it has to get other things, because enemies sometimes get stuck into platform, and also the player cannot jump when it's under them. So I would like that they start higher, and on the floor before them there is some kind of trampoline that if jumping to it, it bounces the player high enough to reach the platforms. If the player just walks by the trampoline, it should not jump, and you can think of an object instead of this, because at the end maybe the trampoline makes not much sense in this whole lore of the game. So let's see what it does. Basically, let me see if it already generated something. No, looks like not yet. Basically, I'll first trace the level generation, collision, and jump logic, then I'll add a lore-fitting bounce object that creates an in-game asset. I'm using the image generation skill because this needs a new bitmap asset that matches the game's visual language. The failure comes from the current gap between the lowest platforms, that several enemies are taller than that, and the player's jump also collides with the underside. I'm moving each platform cluster into a true overhead tier and pairing it with a one-way career accelerator. Floor pad, it will trigger only when the player deliberately jumps into it while descending a career accelerator floor pad. The generated asset is in good shape, a dark industrial pressure plate with restrained up chevrons, office facilities, hardware, and no trampoline visual. I'm cutting out the chroma background now, and I'll wire into the generation and add activation feedback so that the pad clearly fires only after an intentional jump. Let's see if it already has the asset here. Yeah. Good. This is good that I have this asset, so it makes easy to understand that it can jump on it, I guess. Then this is what we are doing. So I'm gonna be removing this from feature ideas. This will continue doing stuff here on the side. So let's see from everything we mentioned the other days which is the next thing to do here. So visual effects feedback when losing HP. Whenever you are playing, let's move faster. Basically, I don't know, when you can see in the top, in the center on the top, there's a message saying that workplace injury, 20% health. So this does not, I don't like it. But yeah, I don't think this is the main thing to focus on. So I would move this to the very end. Not to the very end, but at this level, I guess, where it's just improving things and everything. Also, yeah, I'll keep it like that. Have more than 2 parallel rooms in the graph, so I'll start working on the prompt for this. And let's say right now, when I open up the map in the debug mode, I see that for each level, depth level, there are up to 2 parallel rooms. I like that they can be more, because right now it's quite easy that if you pick a dead end, you just need to go back and choose the other door. I'd like that there are sometimes 3 or 4, up to 3 rooms to choose, and in addition to the previous one from where the player entered the room. And also that is possible, because I don't know if this is actually something that it's right now working or not. Like if you go here, the dead ends are always dead end, then you go back and you choose another. So that there are like extra things until the dead end. I don't know. That is possible to have rooms before the dead end, that in case, I don't know how to say this. Also now, if you reach a dead end, it's as easy as go back to the previous room and choose another door. I would like that is possible that you need to go more than one room back in order to switch path, to switch to the correct path. Yeah, I hope that this helps or it's clear enough to this. Now the gameplay wiring is in place when environment limitations surfaced during the verification. This workspace currently has dependencies checked, but not those, so I'm doing some verifications. Okay, it has reloaded. Let me see the game again. Yeah, I like it better, I guess. I would like to see what happens when they are like those drones or flying enemies. Damage and fire rate with movement improved by 8%, deal more damage and faster. So I guess this is just too bad. It's bigger. Both are. I'll go to expense claims. Let's see if there are like any. Yeah. Let me move faster. Gain maximum and health. I want to see other flying things. Human resources. What am I? Yeah. Just like this. Gain maximum, just they can just like this. Let me the leadership calibration. Perfect, so everything is fine. Let's see also now the final win. Elevator door. Yeah, I cleared that match. I had it, so that's good. I like this part. Let me just put as extra ideas here. What I had in mind right now is to. I thought of something right now, but I cannot remember what it was. So yeah, for sure this was something. Yeah, I think these review platforms, it's fine, but maybe improve the whole thing. Also the missions, I like it. I don't remember what I wanted to change. Yeah, there is kind of a bug that bug of not being able to jump in locked rooms. Because I don't know if you were able to see, but if you clock in, if I try to jump, I just say access denied, complete your assigned work. So now I have also the other stapler, so that's good. Just restore the health, but just let's leave. Also, maybe ask for confirmation when pressing ESC. That's good. However, I like the thing, so I'll open a new chat, a new session. As I said the other day, I just open new sessions to avoid having a... Let me see how it goes with the fast, because I don't know how much is the... I used to have here like a space to see how much I had on spent. Why am I 5-4 mini? No, I didn't want this. I wanted this so high. Let me open the settings on the side because I don't know what it will pop up. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I see here that I'm at 62%, but I don't know exactly what I am. So I don't know this. What it's this full reset? I expires on this. I had a lot of questions actually, but I see here the 62, so I'll go with speed fast because it takes a lot of time otherwise. Let me just commit this. Add trampolines and improve platforms, physics, and position. Perfect, this is it. What is I don't know why I don't see this. I used to see it here, but yeah. I'll trace the map generation rules and add visualization. Yeah, also, what is this? Full reset. Usage limits resets. Let me... I didn't want to minimize this. Open OpenI codex VS Code usage limits reset. See, how is it called? usage limits codex VS Code. I'll try with this Ctrl+Shift+P and /status. Let me do it on the side again because I don't know what the whole thing is. Ctrl+Shift+P. It didn't do anything. I don't know. Well, we'll keep it like this. Just we can remove this bar. Now we have these two parallel rooms being implemented. So basically here we can see I'll trace the map generation rules on the back visualization, then adjust the graph constraints so a depth can branch to 3 forward rooms, and that branches can span multiple rooms before forcing a backtrack. I'll preserve the existing gameplay assumptions and verify the generated maps statistically as well as with the project's test. The generator currently creates only with 1-2 progression layers and attaches every dead end as a single leaf. I found the 2 exact levers to change the layer width, budget, and the dead end attachment model. I'm also accounting for room template cap and the back overlays vertical spacing, so wider, deeper branches remain deterministic and readable. I think I want to also, just for debug purposes, and I'll put it here, the first one, because I'll use the same session because it already has the context I guess I need. And basically, also I want in the map debug view to highlight somehow highlight the shortest path to the end. Yeah, I think this is a simple feature and it can help me in order to debug the best scenario or the win scenario in different situations. I don't know if I should include some kind of teleport thing, but no, I don't think it should make that much sense here. For the moment it's been 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I don't know how much editing has done. I mean, yeah, it's done this. It has added things, yet it's what we saw, that the changes that take the most of the time is the one to generate assets or to generate visual things. In this case it's not the case, so now it's doing some verifications, type checking and everything, so I'm looking forward to see the results. Perfect. Let me just add this. Like, also I want to the map debug view to somehow highlight the shortest path to the end, so npm run dev, I'll put it as a single thing. Log in, I'll just open the map and we can see that there are more rooms, and sometimes, I don't know, let me find the dead end here on the top right corner. The internal audit is the dead end, then if you go back, it's the save. You need to go back again, then you need to go back again, and then you change the path. So this is what I wanted to. Also here sometimes it's just one, but in this case there are only 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I think it's cool. Seems that it has applied the fix also. Let me log in to see the shortest path here. Perfect. Too overwhelming. Instead of adding the borders, add some kind of small character inside the boxes of the rooms. the mark must be different than the one used to show which is the current player's room. Because otherwise it just gets too much. It's good because, yeah, I like it. It also thinks on being the rest, because for example here it could go, you start here, you can go, well, this should be better on the safe area instead of the shortest route must also take into account that in case there are the same amount of rooms, the ones with combat should be the last to use, because an empty rest, or how do you call them, or safe room is faster than a one with combats. Let me see how this thinks the solution at the end. Here is where it, I guess it calculates the shortest path somehow. Shortest path, yeah, find shortest path, and this find shortest path, it just verifies a few of the things, so it's just changing this. First, minimize the number of room transitions, then only among equal short routes, minimize unclear combat encounters. Yeah, this is the thing I like better, because otherwise it's I don't know. I think it's better just to keep it like this. Perfect, so now again, I'll just clock in. And in this case, it chose this one instead of the other one. Yeah, it does not make that much of a difference. Here, though, it looks the one that has, I guess, more safes, areas. Yeah, it could either be this or this, so yeah, it's the same. So yeah, I like this. So git status, git add, git status, git commit, and let's say add more. Everything started with adding more rooms into it, or yeah, add more possible rooms and longer dead ends, plus show shortest path in the book map. That's good. Let me see how the settings went. 58, yeah, 4%, but at the end I took one of the feature ideas, so it's good. Let me refresh this, it should be a void. Then let me add a new one and say, currently, whenever the player tries to jump when being in front of a locked door, it doesn't jump, and instead it shows a message saying it's locked. I like the message, but still I'd like the jump to work since anything, just this. Let's not waste extra tokens here. Again, this should be really simple thing, I guess. Perfect. This should also be easy. Whenever the player clicks on ask to leave the game, it should have an intermediate screen to confirm it actually wants to leave to avoid clicking it by mistake. If canceling, the game should resume. If confirming, the user must go to the menu as it's now. I think I'll trust they fixed the bug quite because it's quite simple, but fix jump back in lock in front of locked doors. Perfect, it fixed it. As I said, it was easy, so now it also asks for this, so this is good. Then let's write the prompt for the next thing. At the end is the some doors. I would like to add a new concept for the rooms. In addition to the locked rooms, when a combat room is not yet cleared, I'd also want some rooms to be locked by some keys. There can be multiple color keys and thus multiple color doors. Some doors, the keys should be items that are in previous rooms. Is important that they are not in further rooms that cannot be reached, so they should be in previous rooms or parallel paths but reachable before opening that door. The rooms ID keys must be placed in some of the higher platforms and you need to somehow make it clear for the players which color key is required for a specific locked door. Don't lock all doors. There should be a proper equilibrium around approx 70% unlocked, 30% locked. This is it. Here is fixing adding the double confirmation, so let me verify it quickly. Resume game, leave the menu, so it's good. So now let's add this into a new thing. Also, I'm closing this. Git status, git add, git status. Ask for confirmation on ESC. Let me push this to my private repo in GitHub. I'll first trace the room generation, door locking, and item placement, so it's doing this, it's doing quite a bit of thing. Okay, so what's next? I guess the sound effects and background music, it's interesting, but at the same time I'm afraid it can take too long. 55% left. Yeah, maybe my goal is to put it all today, and then the assets itself I can generate them through, like for example this sprite sheet and everything, I can do it through the chat UI, so nothing to worry about getting out of credits. What is touching? The rooms, the types. What types? So new items, new keys. I don't know if it has some assets for them, like keys. Yeah, for it is an item more. Yeah, what I'm questioning here is, will it add it into the top bar as an item and then it will use it, or how it will go? Yeah, let me see how it generates. At the end, I didn't say anything about that. It seems the runtime behavior is now separated cleanly. Encounter locks take priority while enemies' rewards are active. Then each door falls back to its persistent key requirement. Missing key doors show the matching color key icon bordered and color key require label. Collected keys remain in the loadout and immediately open all doors of that color. I'm validating both TypeScript integration. Now, I don't think I want this. I just want that a key can be used once, so I'll verify this. Let me verify once this is implemented, if this is actually the implemented behavior, and otherwise let's ask for it. I don't know if it generated anything else. Item art. Yeah, in this case it didn't generate assets, but instead okay, so it implemented the color key gated rooms alongside existing combat logs, 3 key colors and selected for per run from cyan, magenta, amber and violet. Approximately 30% room connection requires keys. Keys are placed on elevated reachable platforms. Generation validates against circular dependencies or unreachable. Door displays watching. Okay, let's see what it does. At the end, looks promising, but I'm afraid of what I said, that maybe just each run it just uses one. Magenta access key. No, yeah, I just saw, I opened the magenta, but it's still here, so I want that keys are one use only. Whenever it opens a door, it opportunities wasted. Just like that. Yeah. Also, in the minimap, in the debug minimap map, it should display if there are keys or color keys or doors on it. $53. Okay. I don't know how much time it took to do the previous thing. 5 minutes. Yeah, I guess without this it would have taken 7, 8 or more minutes for sure. The one-use behavior is now wired into transversal. A matching inventory key is removed only when a still locked gate is actually entered and the reciprocal doorway is marked permanently open, so backtracking does not charge a second key. I'm adding the same persistent consume states to the debug map visualization now. Perfect. I'm gonna go for a glass of water, so I'll just mute myself and leave for 15 seconds. Perfect, so I'm back and I see that it has finished color key markers for keys and D for doors. So this is running. Let me see this. A key, a key, a key, a key. What? There are 2 keys? Yeah, like there are too many keys here. I'm gonna try to open all the keys. Staples deal more damage. Two keys out there. Faster. Yeah. Oh shit, I failed. Okay, it had a counter, so it's fine. Let me see which way should I go. Compliance first. Yeah, I don't have more items here, and also the move faster or more damage? More damage. We'll also go with this one. Then here it requires one open. Just moved one. I guess now I have all the keys. This is another thing that I want to try. What happens if I don't have the keys, no? Yeah. Well, I think that I can go through the facilities and payroll to try to open to get as many items. So I want to break the layout. Facilities. Just yeah, it also counts as 2. I guess this, I now need more items for it. Payroll should be the one to go. This I don't have it. Move faster. Yeah, legal discovery. Yeah, I need that one, but I still would get one. Let's go with the... I don't have any of them, so more damage or fire and faster. This one. Then quality assurance. I have one. Oh shit, I would lose one key. Let me go back to the payroll and then to sales operations. Then to records management or internal audit. Well, first internal records management and then the other. I'm afraid I have this. I don't have this one that gain 15. Now it has a +1. Well, still I should be able to... Just the coffee here, then perfect. So now let me retry the same seed. I don't know why I cannot retry same seed. I have to refresh. But let me just try to go to one door that requires things. It's sales operations and expense claims. Sales operations. Whatever. What did I say? Expense claims right here. Perfect. I cannot click on buttons, so the key things is working. So git status, git add, git status, add keys for some doors. Now I'll open it as a bug, let's say, in a new session. Seems there is some issue with the menus, both the final ones and the... Whenever I click on ESC, and the ESC ones, that buttons are not interactive. However, what I can say is the next thing would be to add some kind of missions, or I don't know, missions, it's not the word for it, maybe. Like, how do you say it? not challenges either, but whenever you play some games and you need to get achievements, is the word? No. Yeah, achievements would be the word. So the game universe achievements. I don't know. I want to include a new achievements or any similar word you can think of suits well for the game. A section that has several kind of missions, such as do a run in less than, complete a round with less than in under X minutes/seconds, or complete a round without losing any HP, or complete a run by having more than 550 HP. These are only examples. I want, without the parentheses, I guess. These are only examples. I want you to think of up to 20 missions, challenges/missions, not 20 but 15 maybe, and implement the logic so that when the player completes one, there appears some kind of badge, and also in the home menu there should be a way to see all the challenges, both completed and uncompleted. So let me see if it implemented the fix. I'm afraid I did. Let me go and die. So I should take the keys, I guess, just the celebration. Like this. Then mailroom. Maximum health and deal more damage. I want to finish quickly. Come on. Now I'll need to update the restore health. Yeah, let's do this. Just to confirm that everything continues working. Yeah, it's a long time. Move faster. Here, corporate communications. faster, stapler, more damage and faster, yeah. What did I say? Legal discovery. From here I should go to internal audit. Just health. Where am I at? I go for benefits. Perfect, then let me see if the final perfect. Status with that. If status with commit and fail fx failing non-interactive buttons. Now with this, I'll ask it in a new chat. We are already in the first hour of it. Then I want a new one that is in the shortest possible run that is displayed in the debug map. It doesn't take into account locked doors by color keys. Take them into account to ensure the player can go through that path and is able to open all doors. This is one. Then the other one is enemy bullets should also deal damage to other enemies. If touched. For example, you can put, for example, if the player sits in the middle of two enemies and they shot and the player jumps, the bullets deal damage to the other enemies. Include also a challenge / mission to pass the game without how do you say it, without shooting any time playing. Nah, this does not make sense. Okay, so this is performance target. The implementation will treat as unlocks as permanent personal record badges, while each run carries the extra telemetry needed for goals like no damage, was perfect, high health, good efficiency, collection, and lifetime milestones. After this, I will also add some kind of traps randomly in the rooms, such as spikes or something. Make it aligned with the whole game style. enemies should be able to receive damage from them also. So if the user gets the enemy aggro and walks to a trap, then the enemies can receive damage. Traps also deal damage to the player if it fails for them. Add different kind of traps, such as holes in the floor, I don't know, something for the flying enemies, or just spikes that disappear from the wall. Let me see. Implement at least 5 types of traps. Each battle room must have at least 1 trap. It can have more. Then I will add a new performance target about passing the run without shooting any time. It should be possible with the help of the traps. You see, we started with this at around 20 lines and we are still at 20 lines, but yeah. Let me see, it's been 1 hour and 3 minutes. Let me see how much we have remaining. It expires 8/12. So I just have 1. I'm afraid I can use it in another moment better than this one, but perfect. Now it's created 15 targets. Let me see which ones generate performance targets, like exit interview, complete a run and reach escape elevator, 2 weeks, try 15 minutes, complete a run in 15 minutes or less, complete a run in 10 or less, 0 incidents, complete a run without taking any damage, defeat the regional overlord without taking boss damage, complete a run with at least 550 health remaining, complete a run with 25 health or less remaining, visit every department in 1 completed run, straight to the top, complete a run after visiting no more than 12 rooms, collect at least 8 benefits in 1 completed run, collect 6 different benefits types in 1 completed run, file 20 hostiles in 1 completed run, complete a run while collecting no more than 5 benefits, complete a run 3 runs across your career, and file 100 hostiles across completed terminal runs. Let me git status, git add, git status, git commit, and let's say add performance targets. And again, npm run dev. Let's see how it implemented this. So targets, here we have the different parts. Let me just complete 1 run. Now here, this is what I'm going to be adding now that we implemented as a fix. Well, I need to take 1. So from here to sales operation, Actually, I can open a new chat and then if it does not work, I just take it as a new. Just faster. Record management. Just to the human resources. I got shield. Facilities. Let me see if I finish before Codex finishes, otherwise it will refresh my screen. Ballroom appeal. Yeah, I'm afraid it will be just right here. Perfect management, come on. Perfect, so I just got 5 performance targets. I got those, so this is what I wanted, cool. Now let me see if it's fixing the thing. Now it's just in Dijkstra algorithm to do. So every color gate is effectively treated as open. I'm changing the search state to track key quantities and collected pickups and gates. Perfect. Then I will do this as the next one. I'm afraid I'm not going to be testing this. I will trust it and just continue with the other ones, because otherwise I'll stay here for a long time just doing this. I'm 43 left, so I think I'm going to be from now on moving back to the speed, standard speed. Wow. It just removed a lot of lines other than creating. I think it's some kind of a bug, because the bug rejected the temporal file, so. Perfect, then let me just do this into a separate chat. I hope it took the default speed. Perfect. The projectile collision and damage flow, then update enemy fire bullets so they can hit other enemies while preserving their existing behavior against the player. I'll also run that relevant checks or focus gameplay test afterward. Perfect. Let's see how the game works now with this new Dijkstra implementation. Okay, let's verify if it worked. Come on, it's restarting already. I don't think I will be able to test it properly, but from here to the facilities. Help desk and compliance. Just like this, corporate communications and sales operations. Regional performance already. Come on. Oh, that's why I went for legal discovery without being mine the one I needed to take. The best path was to take the key. Okay. At least it works fine now. However, the one that does not work fine, it's me. The one that does not work fine, it's me. Oh, I see it implemented this, so let me quickly verify. Legal discovery or payroll. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Internal audit expense claims. IT help desk. I wanna go. Why I appeared in some random edge? Why I'm appearing sometimes at some places that... Let me fix this before doing anything. Sometimes I am appearing in some rooms that are not supposed to be the initial rooms for the runs. Yeah, I should have used a new one, but let's see if it detects the bug easily. Sometimes this is the places where you get most time looking for it and trying to understand how things work, because you know we are at the point where we don't have that much clear picture of everything here. There are a lot of things, a lot of files with longer, like I don't know, 253 this one, no, but maybe the rooms directory, I guess. it's more than 1,000 lines. Well, I found intermittent cause phase are preserved since previous startup data when a scene is started without new data. The menu quoted fresh run bar launched game scene without something. So let's see. Orientation lobby, right? I just want to verify that I can make them kill themselves. Yeah, it seems it works. Leave the game. Git status, git add, git status, git commit, add enemy friendly fire with their bullets. Now it's time for this next thing, that it's the trap comments. So I'll just create a new one saying like this. 42% left, save, well, not save. Maybe I can go to itch.io for the assets, game assets. I don't want these. I wanted the like not game assets are only music here. Let's say, I don't know if I say the office. Nah, for sure there's no office. Free loops, music, awkward tracks, bundle, fantasy, sci-fi. Medieval, dark fantasy, cozy fantasy, RPG, ambient open world, fairy tale, dark space, sci-fi. Maybe this one. Ambient open world, background piano loops, stylized, casual farm, gothic, roguelike. Yeah, medieval, echoes of elders, pixel, instrumental sound effect, game environment. Let's see this. I like this one. It's not free for sure, I guess. Let me do a quick check here if there's this free tag. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not thinking on paying for it right now. It's not horror. I would like to... Metroidvania, I think it's nice, the idea of it. It's not RPG. I'll move this to the side because at the end I want to see whenever it finishes. What am I? Track RPG, it's not wrong, this one. Let me see it. I'll move the volume. Here, let's see this one. Ah, here I didn't see this. Fuck. Ah, this is too mystic, I guess. But I didn't dislike this one. Isn't there a way to download the whole assets? I guess it's gonna be all of them one by one. Okay, it didn't finish yet, but it's been here for 7 minutes. I'm gonna move here assets, a new music, and here I'll move those. I refresh because it will take the file from moving something from Windows to the subsystem from Linux. Delete permanently. Yeah. What I want to be doing is wait for the music in the background and let's see how this looks exactly. Sorry for that. I'll keep it here. this. I can remove it. Delete permanently. What is the boss? And the final boss. Yeah, I like this. Let's say final boss. I think the catacombs. Let's see how they display. Yeah, what I didn't like is the maybe the Mystic Forest. It's something I want something that it's not too. No, I don't think it's too mystic. Maybe here. Let's see this again. Let's see the cathedral. No. Dungeons maybe, or I don't know if it will be too mystic again. I don't fully like them. Let's see if there are more. It's too medieval, so dystopian music, I can like this. Well, just got a call, so I had to take it. And let's see what it did. Basically, yeah, having two keys in one room, it's weird. Now I worked about the traps. This is um visually they don't fit into the whole game style. Use visual assets to make them more aligned. So while it does this, it will use the generation of the images, so this takes a bit. Let us go back to here and see which. Here we said that I didn't like this one. Let's see this dystopian. I'm afraid about it sounding too strong, so I'll reduce here this. Okay, I like this one. I don't know if Dystopian is a free collection of dark retro synth tracks composed and produced by Tim Big. This music would work great in scenes and stories with a dark mood, inspired by retro video games and the dark settings. Download now. 10 minutes of the downloads. Dystopian, WAP, or let's ask here for my phaser web game, is it better to use which format it was? O or WAV or OGG? WAV format, audios, or GCC? No, GCC no. OGG. Come on. OGG, so they load faster, it builds smaller WAP file, blah, blah. However, don't rely on blah, 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 blah. My recommendation for escape, keep original master as WAP and export for the web game. So the practical answer is OGG, but OGG, so OGG is the word. Perfect. I'll download it here. Let's see this, how it's going. I'll remove them here, this music. I'll remove them, move to delete permanently, yeah. Here I uncompress in the downloads, extract all. Here I have it. So basically I had a license. Which license does it have? Music. You can use these on your personal or commercial project. No credit required, just don't redistribute the asset. So yeah, I'll go with this. I'll go with the dystopian. I like it. Let me just move them here into the music. Refresh to get those zone identifier from Windows. And let's see how it goes now. The dystopian, I liked it. Let me see the empty streets. Nah, surveillance. The story continues. Yeah, I'll go with those and say, yeah, maybe this one is the one that feels more weird. Yeah, it's not that much of the game. Dystopian, I liked it. Empty Streets, I didn't like it. Let's see Mystery Unsolved. I didn't like it either. Surveillance, I think I did. The nightclub, I don't know how. I didn't like it either. And the protagonist, yeah, I think those four I like them. So I'll just ask to use the image there. Let me refresh this again. Let's see, we just said it generate like the fluorescent, the spikes, the fall scanner, and the spikes or vertical, the compliance. Let's see how it looks. Also, let's see how much I have left. 38. I'm okay. Because at the end I'll have the thing just tomorrow, extra days. It's been already almost 2 hours, but I was away for about 10 minutes, so let me take it until the 2 hours at least. Let's see this. I'm thinking about this. Maybe this is redesign, so it looks like current room, health, and I mean redesign, question mark, inventory only has items, and inventory slash load out only has items keys initially, and there is a section displaying the boosts that the player has, such as plus X% speed, etc., plus 30 HP. Yeah, I think this should be better. Now, I'm afraid that in the status that we are, I'll remove this because the platforms already have some value. Today, I'm gonna be ending with this performance target and also the changes this part. And tomorrow I'll work on the music area. Now we've done the first part, but Yeah, actually, I think that maybe I can add this music in the background easily. While it does this, I'll put it into the other screen. Let me see if there are not music, but sound effects. Yeah, free sound effects. Free for commercial use. Let's see this one. Weapons. Let's see this. I'll need to uncompress it, unzip it here, extract all. It's taking a bit. There are 415. Here we go to the weapons. Harsh, sword, weapon drop, weapon equip. There are swords. Shot, muffled. I don't think it's no, I don't like this one, so I'll remove it. Yeah, I don't know why they're not gun sounds. I think this. No, I think it's too much of it. I will sci-fi. Let's see which one. Rings, glitches, impacts. Yeah, I think this impact is the one. Download. Let's see. No thanks. Download. Save. I'm extracting everything again. 551 files. Impacts. Rings, clicks, click combos, glitches, tone. I don't know. I don't like that either, but I'll just keep it for a moment. I want more the shots thing. On the side, I'm still looking at the VS Code and it didn't finish yet, so don't worry about that. Killers. Not weather, not firearms. Yeah, firearms, but I would like it to be more like sci-fi. Just track. No, I don't like that. Alert, alert. Subspring, dice thrown, fail game, case, pan, bounce. No, I don't know. Isn't there a filter for shots, for example? Shoot. Come on. Okay, in the meantime, it finished. So, verify I'm human. Yeah, I'm a human. It finished the trap thing. So this is running. Let me go here. I refresh. I clock in. Let's see how they look. I don't know, I don't like this that much actually, but I don't like it, to be honest. Better. However, I want that if there are flying enemies in the room, there are traps on the there is at least one trap on the air. If there are walking enemies, there is at least one floor trap. One trap that can affect them. One trap on the air that can attack them, affect them. Also, I had these bullets should go across platforms horizontal. Yeah, in all directions. I'd say that the bullet should go across platforms because otherwise it's too easy to hide or whatever. Let me put again the background music here. Since I got that call, I just forgot to reconnect it. Okay, so now seems that it did Let's see if it finishes. We surpassed the 2 hours. Should be able to go across platforms. Both the players and the enemies. So here we are seeing that it also found some issues while doing some verifications. So I'll believe this, I mean, I'll trust that this works. Then let me just create a new chat for that and say git status, git add, git status, git commit, and let add traps status push. Now both have collided against the shared platform group, and removing those 2 registrations, projectile lifetime and character overlaps will still clean up shots normally. Perfect. As I said, this should be easy and straightforward. 32% left. So I'll end up having this git status allow bullets through platforms. Now add a new performance target about passing the round. This should be extremely easy, I guess. I hope I am. And with this, it will be the whole music thing. let's say I want the game to include some background music. I'm gonna be changing those, and I will generate them tomorrow, I guess, but to include some background music. Each type of room can have, I don't know which type the word I'm looking for, like in the rooms, yes, like if I go with the HR whatever. Types, door definition, node, key spawn, room type, yeah, combat, no, still like department is the word I'm looking for. Each department can have their own music file. Let's assume there is a directory within public /assets/music for each of the departments, and inside each subdirectory there are OGG files with the music. There are MP3 files with the background music for them, named 1.mp3, 2.mp3, etc. Each department can have multiple and different number of audios. The game should pick randomly among them every time it enters a room. It can be calculated on run generation if needed. Then the music must play with loop. Whenever it finishes, it starts again without pauses. Should be invisible for the user player. Implement the logic for the music, and I will upload the files later. There should be a way to mute/unmute the music, either from the HUD or from the menu. I have one extra performance target. Let's say git status, git add, git status, git commit, add performance target, no shots. I missed one, but that's good. 1-0. And I will finish this session with this prompt. Just this. I hope it finishes soon. Then tomorrow I can do this thing here because I think it's needed more than previous things. Also, I'll work on the sound effects. I'll move this here to see how it goes, and I'll go back here to find for here FPS and combat games. This one I liked it. Bullets, yeah, bullet, shotgun. Sci-fi weapon here. Let me see how this goes. Weapon shot. Now guys, I'll need to also make it by myself or something, or do it in another moment. In the meantime, let me verify the whole... I don't have it started. I don't like the button, but nothing, I like it. I'll ask it already, I'll start writing it. I don't like the way of turning on off the music from the menu. Change it to make it look better. Like, how do you say this? I'm not sure how to say it. Like most games would do it. Let's see if it thinks about that. It's been already 16 minutes past the 2 hours, so this will be the last thing for sure. Let me... $31. Yeah, I think it would be like a speaker with a cross or something. Like an icon of a speaker and then a strike, red stripe if it's muted, or something more, nothing similar. Come on, let's do this final check. Okay. This tomorrow morning not tomorrow morning, but tomorrow at some point, I'll need to add here there should be a to-do. Create add music for each department. I'll replace the text toggle with the conventional compact speaker control, a speaker with sound waves when enabled and a clear red diagonal stripe when muted. I'll use the same visual language as both the title and post menu, so the settings feel consistent. Yeah, good. This is what I wanted. Let me see if the game this is already running. So yeah, almost perfect. Just the almost perfect, but the speaker. No, they said the speaker icon feels weird. Fix that. The on off plus tooltip is fine. I don't know what it did for the. I see the issue. The speaker cone is currently drawn as a triangle, which makes the silhouette looks skewed. I'm not sure what it's doing, but well, one now. It's editing. Yeah, now it's perfect. So here we'll leave it for today. Git status, git add, git status, git commit, add music, mute / and mute. We push everything. Here is our current status. We just need to add the music and then work on this, plus add sums, and then have this introduction and visual effects improving. So I guess that by tomorrow I should be able to finish this, maybe a couple of more hours, but it's important that I just stop making this list longer and try to focus on closing things and making it a first version, because otherwise I'll never end. This has been everything for today. Let's see what tomorrow brings. I hope to join again at around 3 p.m. Central European time, and let's see how it goes.